Youth of a nation, we are, we are. Who remembers that song?
You do realize
I don't remember who sang it, but I
you do
remember it.
realize that those clips you don't have to necessarily take them from a recent, like from that when you did it. You
Mm-hmm.
can do it after.
I can make a new one.
Yep.
You just do one stream of it and just say, all right, the whole thing's gonna be a clip. Send it. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bear Thought Podcast. We usually do this every Friday at 5 o'clock Central PST time, USD, if anybody wants to know that. And we are live in chat. So hello, AJ. If you want to be in the chat or in the conversation with any of us, if anybody want to ask any question during the stream, you are welcome to do so. And if you like this podcast, be sure at the end of it, hit that like button and share it to all your friends and family. We are getting closer to the 200 mark, which is a good thing. Consider how long it took me to get to 100. It is a fantastic thing. I really do think y'all shorts would do great. For those who enjoy the shorts, glad you enjoy it. All right, so as always, we have Corvo Ninja with us, and we have the disembodied Stealthy F Jade. There she is. So she'll be joining in the conversation today. If you want to join in as well, as always, be in the chat and ask us some questions. So let's jump right into it. And I know this one right here, you may have not heard about it yourself, but I just want to see. Did you hear the voice actor from Harry Potter, the hat guy?
Yeah.
He finally passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
They are all the voices and all the actors from the show are slowly going. How's that feel to have like some of your most beloved, like, I don't know, I say your movie's your favorite, but your book's probably your favorite too. But it has to feel like, we're getting older, that all of our beloved memories are now slowly
Listen, man, I've
I'm
been getting some pain here for a while. There's a lot of them dropping, but nothing hurt me as bad as Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Sorry.
well. Let's be honest. What everybody's not wanting to talk about is that the ones that are dropping are the older people. You know, the ones that are supposed to be playing professors and the like.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Yeah,
It's not the younger people like the students or anything like that. It's the much older actors or actresses.
Yeah.
well, an actor that played Batman from the Gotham cartoon on WB also passed away yet a day.
Yep.
Rest in peace. That guy, I think he was like in his, I want to say late 50s, maybe early 60s. He didn't.
Oh.
The guy was pretty still lively, I would say.
Speaking of actors, you sparked something in me that
Mhm.
reminded me. Did you know that Keanu Reeves is signed to do Constantine 2?
Really now?
Yes, he has. He apparently, him and the director and one of the other stars in the original Constantine have been trying to get Constantine 2 off the floor for a long time, even while he's been shooting John Wick and all this other stuff.
I think it was either Jimmy
But
Fallon
they-
or somebody on
what-
the Tonight Show said that they wanted to see it up.
What
and
they were
Rock didn't think
what
this
they were
is-
running into was that Constantine, most people don't know it, is MC Universe.
Yes.
So MC has control over that character. So it took a lot of hoops for them to jump through before the MC Universe would allow them to do this again. Now they've got Kiana and several other people signed on to do the movie. Kiana's sitting in talks with he's sitting in talks with the directors. They're trying to come up with the story for it.
Okay. I think he was on a talk show where the talk show host was asking Keanu if he could play any role again or redo a role ever again, what would it be? And I think he said the character from Constantine. He really likes that role.
Yep, and then magically delicious, Kiana speaks it, so it must be.
Well, he's hot right now. Like he is.
Listen, we all know that. Think of one tall action character. Take the muscles out of it, but one tall action character that he couldn't fit into the mold for. The man literally went and took martial arts himself to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
He took gun combat, which is not the same as shooting. It's
No.
literally, you know, that shit he does in the movies where he punches them in the chest with the muzzle, then pops them in the head and hits
Yeah.
them with the, that's gun combat. That's a taught martial art style. He took that shit. He took all this stuff. Why? Because he wants to be as accurate as possible in his portrayal. Everybody loves Keanu. He doesn't do anything half-assed.
Yes. Well, he plays. Okay, a lot of actors and a lot of roles, and you probably can understand this. Play themselves, but
Yeah,
in a light where they are portraying as if they were themselves, but in that position, right? Like
right.
he is a bounty hunter, gun trained martial artist, but he's playing Keanu Reeves as if Keanu Reeves was a
What
gun.
would I do? What would I do in this situation? If
Yeah,
I have these skills, what do I do?
and some people really complain about that. Like the guy that plays it's about to be played the role of Mario, but he also played as Star Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. A lot of people say that guy plays just himself in every single movie. I'm like, you can play as yourself,
Out.
but you can play as yourself if you were in that predicament or in that
Right,
situation, or if that was
right.
your life. How would you feel about that? And I don't really know. People complain
Absolutely.
about that. Like, I don't really get that reasoning. If you like that actor, would you want them to act themselves? It's easiest.
I don't remember where I read this. It was a long time ago. Mike can find it if you did a Google search, but they did a interview with him at one time talking about the different characters he's played.
Hmm.
And he's talking about how he places himself in that situation. He said, honestly, somebody asked him, well, what was the one role that was the scariest for you to place yourself as? He said, when I played the Watcher, he played the villain in The Watcher, the
Hmm.
serial killer. He's
Yeah.
like, that was creepy as shit because he said, for me, is the way I act. I was literally thinking, well, if I was gonna murder this bitch, how the fuck would I murder him? What would I do? How would I talk to this
Mm.
fucker if I wanted to taunt him? He's like, and I realized that I am a dark fucker when I'm pissed, you
Yeah, the same
know.
thing. Same thing about the Joker when he played that role. He was literally embodying the Joker so much he's starting to like really psych himself out and start messing with his own mind because he was playing himself. But if he was the Joker,
I
and he
call that method acting.
yes, but he really embodied the character that he wanted to portray. But it was still himself, but that can mess with your head. Of course, the same thing can be said about, and I don't really know how it's gonna be. What's your thoughts on The Witcher and the role changing on that show? I
Okay,
am.
here's how this is what I feel.
Mhm.
I love The Witcher as a whole. I love The Witcher before he was before our man was playing Geralt. I loved it.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say someone else can't play that role. What I'm going to say is they're going to have a hell of a time finding someone that can fill those shoes, not that they can't.
Mhm.
That being said,
We can't.
people are already petitioning all over the fucking world to Henry, trying to get him to say no, 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 go, ease your ass back over there. But here's the thing: did you catch why he left? Did you see
There
it?
there are several reasons why they say they left. He said one people saying is because the director and him weren't getting along very good. Another one was they were he was getting upset about them pulling away from the source material. And the last reason I heard was the directors and a lot of the writers literally were bashing on the source material and saying how much it was trash and garbage, and he didn't appreciate that. If all those are true, I would be like, I fought to get this show aired. I fought to be in this role. I fought and
The
fought
whole
to get into it.
reason, the whole reason he went after this role.
Hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful. The whole reason he went after that role, though, is because he was a Witcher fan.
Hmm.
Because he had a dog in the race, so to say. He played Witcher. He liked Witcher. He hadn't read the books yet, but he started reading them when the prospect of the movie come up. The whole reason he sought the role is because he liked the whole canon of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be, I mean, and if that's true, and they really are dumping on it come this next season, then of course he's going to be pissed off. He's a fan just like anybody else.
Mm.
The only difference is he's a fan that can say, "Production stop, fuck you, find someone else." You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
he's got the power to go, "Oh, y'all want to fuck with this shit I like? Okay, later."
Yeah, like, and he went out a very respectful way. He didn't go and bash the new actor. He didn't go
Nope.
bash the crew or the director or look for any way to start some
Well,
controversy, which I appreciate. He went out
I'm gonna be,
respectfully.
we're gonna be honest here though. In reality, even if he had wanted to, he couldn't. You know why?
Mm,
How do you think the man that played Superman would be looked upon by his masses if he did that shit?
true. 'Cause
Superman and Geralt wouldn't have done that. So he has literally played a couple of characters that has painted him into where he has to be a good guy.
he
Yeah,
doesn't play the villain.
you know, I mean, he can play a villain,
Yeah,
but
Superman villain.
he's forever going to be remembered as Superman and Geralt
Yeah,
forever. And if you do anything outwardly public in your life that contradicts that, your fans are going to freak the fuck out. That's
yeah.
just how it's going to happen.
I get they want to do another Superman movie, and that was a reason that he portrayed. But then a lot of articles came out, and a lot of it's all I wouldn't say hearsay, right? But he did say at the very beginning, if they were to treat it bad, I'm out. And a role that he fought tooth and nail to get for, and he dipped out. Like people can't help to but feel like, was Superman really the only reason why you just left out of a role that literally made you thousands of money or thousands of dollars, and you loved and cherished, and you like even one of the lines. I still remember not that, but but it was very when I heard it on the show that they were trying to change, and he was fighting to get it changed, and he made up his own line in the show to make it more heartfelt. And it was during season one for the end. And I can't remember what it was, but when I first heard the line, it literally like brought me to a little bit of tears. And I'm like, I'm not just saying to bring the guy eats it like, oh my god, this is so good, but it was emotional. I appreciate that when I know that that was not just the writer, that was the actors going, hey, that sounds good, but let's try this and see how it goes. And they put it in, and it was even better than it probably was going to be previously because the actors getting involved with it, they're getting in the
Right,
situation and not just
right.
going, yeah, yeah, just tell me my lines, okay, I'm gonna do this.
So that was a great discussion, but now I'm going to throw something at you that I'm ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, Record of Ragnarok season 2 will come.
Ooh.
And we will finally get to see Jack and Hercules go ham in London.
That is gonna be. I could probably read the
God,
manga and right now, but I promise
bro,
I've already been spoiled.
I
Spoiled.
am so ready for this fight, this battle. I've
Mm.
waited so long and have fought so hard. And then
Uh
also, we're finally getting the second season of it's not an anime, but it's a good show. Alice in Borderlands comes out in December.
Alice in Borderlands. Okay. I
So
didn't mind that one too much at all.
I enjoyed that show, and the second season's coming. So be ready for face cards, whatever the fuck is gonna happen with that. Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff coming,
There's a
and
lot of
it's just
stuff coming this upcoming season that I'm just like nuts. But speaking of something that is nuts and anime, I'm gonna send you a link here. Go to it, and I want to hear your speculations because I thought about this the other day.
Are you
Uh,
not
what?
no, it's an
Oh,
anime.
okay.
Well,
Oh,
it's
I think I know what this is. I've already seen it. I think.
yeah. I have so much speculation, and I saw Lucasfilms
In
as
Studio
Studio
Ghibli,
Ghibli.
all in one sentence.
Oh baby, I saw that on the official page of the Japanese page of Twitter for Studio Ghibli, and I about lost it. Um,
So Lucasfilms and Studio Ghibli are thinking of getting together to make this.
well, to make something. Problem is,
Make something. The
what
thing is,
is it?
they're not talking about what it is, but it has basis in Star Wars and Studio Ghibli type stories and anime and animation. So all I can say is
Yes,
give
please.
give Calcifer a lightsaber, baby. Let's rock this bitch.
Because then we talked about the other day, like, what if? Because I know,
I swear to God, sometimes I think we speak shit and it
yeah,
just
it just
happens.
happens. What if Star Wars was an anime? And if you could ask anybody to take any Star Wars universe and make something out of it, even if it's own little side story,
Studio.
Studio Ghibli is
The
a name you cannot denounce
Mhm.
and say, no, I don't trust it in their hands.
Bullshit.
I
Get with it.
I
I
trust
want to
it.
see what happens. I want to see samurai whip out fucking lightsabers, baby.
I
I want,
okay, so you are a Star Wars, I would say fan. I wouldn't say fanatic, but fan is a good word
yes,
for it.
I am a fan.
What storyline has Star Wars not yet told that you think Studio Ghibli's could take, even if it's just a premise of it, and run a full on movie? 'Cause you know it's gonna be a movie.
Okay, okay, let's do it like this. Okay, when you say that they haven't run, are you saying that they haven't run in an anime or movie setting
Yeah, they have not shown outside of a book.
outside of a book? Okay, so that's going to limit it a little bit because honestly, I think they could take Knights of the Old Republic, that old video game with Revan in it,
Uh
that
huh.
never got a movie, never got an anime, never got any of that. I think they could turn that into some serious shit right there, bro.
Okay.
I would. That's me camped out the day before at the theater, threatening a motherfucker over a ticket. Is what that is.
Honestly, I think I might go to the theater to see it, whatever it might be. I'm not a huge Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but it's Studio Ghibli. I can't say they have never done no wrong, right? They're not every show, every movie they made was always a banger, but it's two well known brands, and Walt
No,
Disney has
this is
done
not a company turned out Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away. I mean, goddamn,
Castle in the
let's
Sky,
go.
uh,
What's taking us
Ponyo
so long?
Ponyo. Yeah, there's a lot of their things that people like and some people don't like. Like some movies of Studio Ghibli. I've watched literally every one of them, but the one with the pig as a player, as a fire pilot. I've not watched that one. Don't know why. Just haven't been
Wow.
really piqued my interest in. But
Here, go ahead. I got something I want to throw at you in a minute when you're done.
so it's definitely a curious. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. If anyone wants to follow the official one is Studio Ghibli, but look for the JP Ghibli. That's the Japanese one that you'll probably get to hear about it firsthand. Um, I personally wouldn't mind, even though I think they're already probably doing it. I wouldn't mind hearing some of the stories of like Yoda when he was younger, or maybe when more of the Yoda race are alive, because I know a lot of them have gone away and passed away. And Yoda, there used to be like a female Yoda that was like a master as well. There's a lot of characters that were in the movies that were never really like of them, but you don't really know like their
Right,
pre-story. Nothing
right,
happened before the time of the wars. Um,
right. Well, I mean, they're starting to go that way in some places. I mean, just look at the new animated one they're doing. They're going to go back to before Dooku was evil,
mhm.
and they're going to go all the way up through when he turns.
Okay.
Dooku was Yoda's Padawan.
Mhm.
So that's an interesting thing. They're already starting to look at some of that type of stuff. But I have a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, you kind of like John Wick just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just tad.
Just a tad. Watch every one
What
of them.
would you say if there's whispers of John Wick video games in the work?
Oh, okay. So my immediate worry, because like how the video game industry is going on right now, there's not very many games that don't have some kind of like online service, and even Cyberpunk 2077 has online service now and a battle pass coming to fruition. I would want it to be a standalone game, just a game that they start, finish the end. That's the story. That's the game. There's
What if
no
they ran
continuation.
with it kind of like an Assassin's Creed or Hitman?
Oh, I would. You feel it would feel more like what Hitman. If I feel more like Hitman, where you have to be um sneaking and stealthing and disguising and getting in.
Nah. See, I don't think that. I mean, let's look at the John Wick movies. Have we seen him sneak or hide any fucking thing? No,
Well,
out
no.
the gate, you're gonna walk in and start smashing people's skulls in to get answers. And dude, I am there for that.
Mm.
Give me a number 2 pencil, and I will show you why they're scared of John Wick.
So kind of like here's your scenario. You walk in the building. How do you start? You start maybe like you start planning out your tactics. You go first. I'll take on this guy. Then I'll bash this guy into that pencil. I'll bash that guy with the back of my pistol. Take his gun, flip it around, shoot him, and like maybe you can like click and point your move, and then go
Why?
press play.
Here will really fuck you up. And I know a lot of people wouldn't like this, but I
Mhm.
think it would be interesting. What if they did it a John Wick game, but decision and quick time set, kind of like the Quarry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you make the decision. Who are you gonna fuck up first? I think I'm gonna fuck this dude up first. And then when you're in there, because there's always some monologue before the actual fighting starts. So you have your decisions you make in the monologue. What you decide in that monologue is going to decide the sequence of events that's about to unfold.
Mhm.
And then quick time like a motherfucker, because it's John Wick, bitch. You better be quick.
Yeah, it'll pretty much be like a movie. And have you seen some games are like implementing actual actors in it and like actual like
Yep.
film actors, and they're just
Yep.
having them play out several different scenarios, and then like some games are doing this, and I don't know if it's lazy or not. I don't know. It could be considered lazy or smart. Either way you look at it, it's pretty much it's like that one game you played. It's pretty much watching a movie with your own choices being embedded into it, and your
That's pretty
choices
cool.
have a long term effect in the overall game. It
Oh
really
yeah.
it really does like take the really control of the gameplay, but lets you have control of the scenario. It's
Right.
it's like kind of a little bit of a reverse rather than
Yeah,
you play
because
out the scenario to see what happens. You get to choose
You
what
you can
happens.
look at it like this, like, when I had to cut dude's hand off with the chainsaw in Quarry,
Hmm.
I coulda chose not to do that, but by doing that, I'm fucking myself because I just made another werewolf. I didn't stop that from happening,
Mm.
which is more pain in the ass for me, and probably somebody else in the party is now guaranteed to die.
Mm.
So I like those, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's sometimes I want to be lazy and not have to actually do the fighting part of it.
Mm.
I love those games for that because I just make the decisions, and every now and then a quick time pops up and I hit it, and we move on. And then it's funny as shit when you make the wrong decision because somebody just got decapitated because you should have put the battery terminal on that battery like 5 chapters ago. you know,
I forget which show it was. I don't know if it was Futurama or if it was Family Guy. But I literally remember one episode where everybody was in a movie theater and a scenario came up and it popped on the screen. Would you like to see blank? Press A now. If you'd like to see blank, press B now. And everybody was trying to hit the button, and you literally get to choose what scenario happened in the movie. And I always thought that kind of stuff was interesting, but it really would take you out of the it would take you out of the moment if you're literally pressing A or B every single time, going, all right, which one do I want to choose, and not just sitting there watching the movie play out its scenario or its events to occur. But in a video game, I don't know, it just seems more acceptable because we know we're gonna be interacting with this game in
right?
some form of fashion.
You're
Um,
gonna you're gonna come out of it because you're gonna do something that's pissing you off. You're like, motherfucker.
yeah,
Oh,
because
oh wait, my favorite. What? Why did my stream just crash? What the hell?
yeah, and it's one of those things that you feel like you have a little bit of control instead of just some BS scenario that would never really happen in real life, and you're like, why would they choose that, or why would that like just let that shit happen? and you're actually in the game for once. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen because that makes no sense, and you just do the opposite thing. To alert the sponsors, yeah, thank you, I really appreciate that. You don't have to, but me and Corvo both are sponsored by Dubby. Just let you
Yes,
know.
we are. Dubby.
So if you want to use his code or my code, it doesn't really matter. What is your code, real quick? Just in case.
It is literally Corvo Ninja.
There we go. Just in case you want to, sponsor one of us.
Oh,
Okay.
did you get the email that the BOGO?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be jumping on that as soon as I get paid because I want to try out that flavor.
Yeah.
I know you get buy two and get one, but I just want the banana one. Honestly, I want that one. I'm gonna get the tea one and I'm gonna get the banana one so I can have both of them at the same time. All right. Okay. So speaking of bullshit, I'll say it bluntly. Scenarios. I finished the anime. And she literally
love
died in the last episode. What the freak is
Yep.
that? And
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs hung in there.
crazy ass broad. Okay, so let me just start. I talked to my wife about this, and she's just anybody does not know. My wife's a certified or becoming a certified nurse, and she's also CNA. So she is studying herself in all kinds of medical things. She knows literally a lot of things that I don't sometimes feel comfortable her knowing. Wondering if I ever disappear, she might have more in her arsenal than I know. So okay, case on the back. That
Yes.
broad is not getting back up, according to my
No.
wife.
No, because her spinal column is separated. But you remember, this is anime.
Yeah.
And do you remember what they figured out the king actually was?
A virus inside a
Do you
phone.
think that shit can't manipulate that body if it's still pumping blood?
I don't know, but
It's an anime, bro. It's
was-
not real life.
she
Take
was
it out
still-
of realism.
she was still like in her mind, like, you coming with me. Yeet. I'm like, you're literally we're bleeding out, and it takes like 15 seconds or so, and you can pass out for that much blood being lost right next to your spinal cord. There's no way you're getting up. And the whole time she's like kicking people on off their feet. She's choking people. She's beating the heck out of them. I'm like, this girl's like She-Hulk. How she not get like no one can beat this girl? She's just
Crazy is a superpower, bro. I'm trying to tell you that. Here-
No offense to your wife, we also have to remember something else. Okay, it would be saying like somebody who's high on drugs should not go down after 6 bullets in your body.
Well, she did make that exact mark. Like people show in the movie all the time, you get shot in the chest, they automatically die. Actually, they wouldn't automatically die. They would just be in a lot of pain, agonizing pain for a couple of minutes, and then they would die. So
I mean, there's precedence for unnatural things happening. I mean, think about it like this. Like we said, perfect example. Everybody knows it. A woman lifting a car off of a child.
mm-hmm.
That shit happened in real life. It was videoed. People seen it happen. They were standing there. Your body's not physically supposed to be able to do that, but she had.
Technically, your body can physically do that. It's just
activating all those muscles.
Go past your limit.
She had enough adrenaline released at that moment to allow her to do it. Now, I guarantee you, for the next 2 weeks, that woman sucked. She thought her life fucking sucked
because everything hurt.
Every fucking thing hurt. So that's my point. You couple adrenaline, a virus unknown, and a cuckoo crazy bitch. I don't count nothing out of anything at that point.
Mm-hmm. And the guy just took it. I'm like, he just took all of it. I'm like, after all that he'd been through, I would have done snaps. Like, there's just no way I'm gonna let this girl that's crazy just keep on manhandling me the entire time, even to the very, 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 very last episode, and just like, I'm sorry. I would have been gone cuckoo for the Cocoa Puff. My
question is how did you feel when old girl walked out into the ocean at the end?
Did she kill herself? That's my exact thought.
You're thinking to yourself, did she do what he said? Everybody had to die to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your answer. She killed herself, but she killed herself after the game. The game was over. Everybody has to die during the game.
And that's why I
to stop
continued on.
No, because remember when he finished his game, it gave him two choices:
Okay.
you die or you continue to play the game.
Mm.
That's true.
And
But
he
she
knew.
didn't. She didn't choose to play the game though. But
Yes, but remember what it was stated. It's a virus. They're not sure how it transmits. They don't know how it works. Just that it happens.
all we know is there was another text at the end of the game before it stopped. The new game started somewhere else, and I'm thinking, well, fuck. I'm throwing my cell phone away, bitch.
Yeah. To be continued was was really the last in the show.
How'd you feel when you found out old crazy girl was the sister of the love of his life?
That was okay. I don't know if it's just my anime brain and scenario. I wasn't as shocked as I was thinking it was. It was pretty cool. Like I was mostly conflicted about all the characters that I like were dying. Like the
Yeah.
Paul dude at the very beginning, the guy that actually helped him out when he's getting his ass beat on episode 3 or 4. I liked him. He was a cool guy. Died.
Yes.
White haired girl that figured out that the virus was smart. I would have been totally into her. She was great. I thought she was wonderful. Died. I'm like, mother, quit killing people I like.
She didn't figure out what kind of virus though. She thought it was just a computer virus in the body as well.
Yeah, she thought it was something transmitted by tech, but that's not exactly how it worked. Anyway, the point is that whole anime was to make you love people and watch you lose people, and that's exactly what it did. Like from the jump. I mean, and how
Which is
quick
why we're
how quick
laughing.
did she go from sane to insane?
That was like, boop, I am now crazy. What? You were just like all cutesy and cuddly. I love you. To what? Girl, what happened? Like you just trying to get me killed. Yes. I don't. Yes, I just.
She got her background too. So.
And it's all about, and now at the end of it, you know why. She survived a game before too. She knew what the fuck was going on, and she was trying to take out the only other person that knew what was going on so she could run the game. She just dropped the whole facade when she realized, okay, it ain't working, so now I'm gonna go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and
but
let
I'm
them
still
all
gonna
know.
take him with me.
Yeah.
It was like crazy as hell.
Like you're taking the one of the few people that literally survived the game already once, and yourself, you're the smartest people, but there's only gonna be one person that can survive. Only one can survive. I'm like, this is a horror movie if there ever was one. But literally, it pulled the whole scenario of going, yeah, but everybody dies. Oh man, come on! Like no hope, no future. Give up. All who shall pass.
I would love to see that live action because I can see
Well,
the craziness and the
my
gore
thing
that would
is,
ensue.
I don't think that there's not eventually gonna be a way to stop it because that's what they were working for. But it's kind of hard when
You only have a set amount of time, so
yeah.
Like, what happens if you get the text and you don't ever look at it, you don't ever open it?
you still die.
Yeah, like that's like, no matter what, you're dead. I'm like, this is literally. I know he's trying to kill all humans. I know that's his goal, and it's doing a damn good job at it. Not really my jam of anime for starters, but I just want to kill the person that started all this because that's what I'm like. Okay, someone please find out who the hell this person is that's just sending this message. That's a virus that takes over your body and takes over your mind. I'm gonna chop off my own legs because I'm a doll now. Please help me. What? Oh, self-harm.
Wait, let me crush my hands so that I can make this crazy bitch go release this other girl that then willingly still follows her around.
Yeah,
until the end and realizes, oh, it was a mistake. I'll just stay back here.
I thought at the beginning of the show was just like, okay, they're pretty much making everybody confess their love and interest, and then like try to get everybody's emotions and their thoughts out. Like just confess everything. Don't hide anything. Then later on, it's like, yeah, go choke yourself. I'm like, what? Go kill yourself. What? It's not even go do this or consequences. It's literally just go do this horrible thing. Go do this terrible, terrible thing. That's it. And
it's like the character initially said at the beginning. They thought it was just jokes,
mm,
and then it slowly devolved.
Like, I mean, what kind of fucked up shit is when you take everybody that's left in the game and tell them, say, okay, you start running and you got to get to the top of this mountain at this X amount of time. And oh, by the way, while you're running, every hour, the person that's at the back is going to drop dead. Like, okay, so not only do I have to make it to the top of the mountain in a specific amount of time, I have to stay at the head of the pack, or else I could die at any hour mark between now and then.
No, that's this thought about it, and I kind of guess blanked out about it. The girl that was on his back when he was running up that hill, he put her down, right? And the other three, like the boy cut himself, the crazy girl was crazy, the other girl liked. What happened to the girl with the glasses? Was she already dead? I forget.
Yeah, she fell off the side of the mountain. Old
So-
crazy girl fucked her up.
Okay,
Tricked
so
her.
she was already dead.
Yep.
Okay, so I finally I'm like, was she still alive, and that's why they were carrying her? Why is she just like now just dropped her down and forgot about her?
No, she was alive up until she was sat down.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy girl fucked with her while they were trying to get back up to the shrine.
Okay.
Because the idea is if one of them got to the shrine, they hit compliance, then they have plenty of time to come back and get her and get her up there. But to be guaranteed that somebody in that group survived, they had to sit her down to make enough speed.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
crazy girl caught her out there alone in the woods and fucked her shit up.
And it's like one of them, like, she's still alive? What's going on? Like, just carry this body around. It's like, oh, there's a dead body. Don't mind me. Okay. Like,
And see, something that struck me odd, and like you said, this dude, he should have been a fucking saint by the time he died.
mm-hmm.
All the shit he dealt with. But if I'm running up a mountain path and I know I'm gonna die if I don't get to this point, and some woman or person or thing jumps out in front of me and like, ooh, I'm in your way, bitch, I'm fitting to run slam through you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit your ass so hard that you're gonna think a fucking fullback just hit you.
Yeah, take the air out of your chest. Not for you to turn around and grab my ankle. I'm sorry. The moment he knocked into her and they both fell over, he picked up the girl back up, I would have walked her. I would like clear path around her. Not enough for her to go, hey, grab. You're not going nowhere. I'm like, why do you even get closer or close enough to her to let her grab you in the first place? You're an idiot. Yeah, you kicked her in the face for let her go, but you know that's not gonna work. This girl's been through hell and back. That ain't gonna work shit on her. She's a fucking, I don't know. She's built different. That's all I can say. She does not go down for crap. Yeah. Y'all told me she dies later, but not soon enough. I didn't really think it would be literally to the very last episode. I'm like,
No, that's why we didn't say anything more than what we said.
I'm thinking she'd be dead at episode like 8 or 9. Like, come on, this broad has to die. Just nope. All the way to the last episode. What? What's the name of the show, by the way, for anybody's interested and want to watch this? You like horror movies or animes? What's the name of it again?
King's Game.
King's Game. There we go. So if you want to watch it, we're spoilers, sorry, but I had
horror. It's more of a thriller.
Yeah, it's more a thriller / gore. But purpose of the game is you get a text, you get a command, you have to do the command. If you don't do the command, you die. And even if that command is go kill yourself, which I find just ironically stupid. Like, you don't do this, we'll kill you. But if you kill yourself, wait, you still die. You're still gonna you still die. So good. Congratulations.
And in some of the cases, it was go kill yourself or we killed this person.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But it's still,
so I mean, it had to be either you don't do it and you die,
and you're a saint,
or you do it and they survive. You know, it's like which am I gonna save them or me?
Yeah, because the one episode was like, yeah, go hang yourself. And I'm like, he's not gonna hang himself. Yeah, he's all happy. I survived. I lived. It has been completed. What can be completed? Go in the room, and there he is, just motherfucker.
Thing is, they never said what his punishment would have been if he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
See, it could have been that one of his friends was gonna die if he didn't hang himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they never talked about that part.
Yeah, so a lot of situations just didn't pan out. I know it's an anime, and you gotta remove yourself from disbelief, but boy howdy, it's one of the situations I wish I could have been when the entire time when I was watching it, going, I wish it was just choose your own path scenario right here, right now. There's nowhere in hell I would have done this, I would have done that. I would probably be one of the first people to die because honestly, I would have been stubborn. Ah, good gracious. That of course the whole virus through a phone. I'm like, maybe it's a tonal thing. Maybe they hear a tone that's like mute, and maybe the tone is fucking with their brain, and if they don't do it, the tone will activate, and then you go and burst. Like Pimple Boy in episode 2. Okay, that was that's that whole show. Uh okay, so speaking of shows I'm liking, uh Chainsaw Man's still going. Yeah, Chainsaw Man's still going, and they're going through a scenario where I think most people have heard of before. You ever seen those stairways when you go up it, you come down it?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in a hotel now where every time they go up a floor, they're on the same floor when they come back when they go up it. When they go down it, they go back to the same floor. They're stuck on one floor. And I'm totally for like this is how I like my I don't know if you consider it horror. Have you watched any of it?
I don't consider that horror.
No, like it's supposed to be like somewhat of a horror. I don't really consider it as a horror. It's more like a gore, I guess you might would say. It's not really fearful, but I liked it to be a little bit of punchline jokes. I like to be some conclusion to.
So and what you're saying is you don't like it to be horror.
Well, yeah, I like some horror aspects, but not the entire thing. But at the same time, I am hopeful there's been a lot of things go. Some kind of conclusion to the story. Not everybody just dies. Of course, then again, I can't say nothing because I like Cyberpunk's Edge Runner, and literally everybody died. So it's pretty conflicting.
I will say this though, I still hold one of my favorite horror animes to being Another. I
Mm,
wish to God there had been more seasons. Like that shit was good. I enjoyed the hell out of that because not only was it people dying and dying weird and unnaturally, but it was a mystery. Like
mm,
who's the extra? Who is it?
yeah.
Who the fuck's the extra? And they really fucked them up in that one because all the previous ones, the extra had been a class member.
Hmm.
But in that particular one, the extra was a teacher.
Yeah, I would imagine did that would have a conclusion? Like, did it wrap up in some way?
It wrapped up to a point, but I could see where there was the ability for it to happen still.
Mm. But it's like any horror movie with like Michael Myers and Halloween and all those movies. Like Michael Myers and all of them don't really die at the end of the movie. They come back to life because you can't kill them or something like that for whatever spiritual or demonic reasons. But there's always like at the end the hero gets them. Like, they finally put him out the pasture. And next movie's like, yeah, no you didn't. Round 2. And then round 3. But it's like it's always you find out who the person is, and you stop them. Even with Nightmare on Elm Street, at least they stop the kids from dreaming or whatever, having those dreams and getting killed that way. There's always some conclusion to it. And I like there to be some kind of wrap up because now, even though I did that movie, that the King's Game was not my jam, I want to find out who's doing it, and I want to see them die. Like that's all I want to see at this point. It's just like forget everything else. I just want to know who's the one sitting at the text, who's the king, and how is he doing it, and then them dying.
Right.
But I know that's not like what everybody wants to see in horror. They want to see the horror keep on going.
Yep.
They want to see this thing because, well, That's why they like horror. That adrenaline that you get from it. And I guess I just don't get that adrenaline. That's probably what I don't really get. I don't get the adrenaline. I don't get the oh, who will die next? Oh, like just don't get that feeling when I watch it.
I don't really get that either. What I like is I personally like to find out why the person doing the killing or the thing doing the killing is doing the killing. I want to
Mm.
know their story.
Yeah, you wanna know the
I don't give a
why.
fuck about the people he's killing. Fuck
Mhm.
them. I don't care. Why are you doing this, sir?
Hmm.
Hello, stop. Can you got a minute for an interview, sir? Before you stab this babysitter, can you tell me at what point in your life babysitters became evil to you and why? Because I like to know that shit. I
Hmm.
like to know, like with Michael, I like to know, why he did what he did. With
Mm.
Jason, we know why he did what he did. I mean, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake, they let him drown and then decapitated his mother. Anybody would be angry after that shit.
Yeah.
You know, Freddy, okay, Freddy was killing people before he died and became a nightmare. He just got pissed off that he got caught, so now he's a nightmare. You
Yeah.
know, I like to know the stories though. Like, how did this shit all start? The
Mm.
origin is the thing for me.
Yeah.
I just can't tolerate it.
That's
Not
probably that's probably reason why Sword Art Online didn't do as good as a lot of people wanted to, because the whole reason why the kids were all dying in a video game, if they died in a game, they died in real life. The reason why he did it is just because he wanted to, and he forgot his reason, but he just wanted to. That's all he remembered. Like that to me is just a lame cop out. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I just wanted to.
Looked at me, okay? So you get to die.
Yeah, like you're like, I just wanted to just I forgot. I guess I just wanted to see them die. But like that was not a compelling reason to see that happening without like that's not a real reason. That's not a
Right.
reason we would rationally understand.
Right. It's like, for example, like we all, like we were talking about, Record of Ragnarok's coming next year. We already know the reason this shit's happening and what's at stake.
Mhm.
So for us, that part of our cup has been filled. Now we're just having fun watching these people go hand to hand with gods,
Yeah.
and like we were talking about Jack the Ripper and fucking Hercules in
Mhm.
London. Okay. In the normal world, this shit would be hands down. Hercules would smash him like a fucking rag. But you got to remember, this is Jack on his home turf, and he's been given some kind of powers from the Valkyries.
Yes.
This shit could be a whole new game, and I want to see it. I like watching people that aren't supposed to win. I like it. I love it.
And of course it's the underdog tale, right? We love an underdog, and humans are definitely the underdog. We know that. We know we if there's such things as gods out there with immense power, we are not able to be comparable to them. We don't really know what the outcome is going to be, but we know there's going to be an outcome to each fight. And when all this is said and done, we want to see the outcome, whether or not Ragnarok happens or not, which is, for those not know, that is I think is a Viking ending of time, Ragnarok, right? Viking or Nordic,
Nordic.
Nordic, yeah.
Nordic.
Ending of a time, humanity will all die kind of situations, and they're fighting to see whether or not humans are worthy of perishing or not. They literally had freaking, they didn't have Jesus, but they literally had in one episode, for those who have not watched this show, Adam, the
Yep.
first man, the beginning of all man, fight in this show, which
And he damn near won. He was fucking close.
yeah, too bad he went against Zeus, but Zeus was almost like,
Zeus was like, I might have underestimated this bitch.
yeah, like he almost died, so that would have been definitely a telling of like, yeah, if Zeus would have beat by Adam, Ragnarok was called off. I'm sorry, called off. But I get it, right? The tension, they would have had the underdog story. I can't help but feel like this is one of those scenarios. But even if it's an underdog story where the underdog comes up on top, I would still enjoy the ride, right? Sometimes we know the outcome of a show, and but we're okay with that outcome because we are there for the ride and we want to see how the outcome plays out.
John Wick. There you go. We all know that when we watch a John Wick movie, he's gonna get beat on. He's gonna do some beating on. But unless somebody does something horrific like making John lose on purpose, John's gonna win.
Hmm.
But we love watching John win because he does it with flair.
Yeah, it's
Dude, he killed a fucking group of people with a car as a weapon. A fucking car.
okay. So let's jump into this because I don't think we talked about it too deep the other day. Did we talk about the Genshin Impact and the storyline and where it's all boiled down to? I don't think we
Where,
did.
where we're at right now, yeah.
Where we at in the story?
No, we didn't get deep into it, but I mean, dude, come on, man. I mean, like, who is not angry and wants to break out this little goddess? Like, it's at this point, she's became like a child that you adopted,
Hmm.
and somebody just told you that they locked your adopted daughter up in this fucking place, and she's never been out in 500 fucking years.
Hmm.
Nobody even acknowledges that she exists. But yet they're using her power to power the thing that makes them special. Dude, that shit makes you infuriated. You're like, I'm fit to go kick the door down. I'm gonna put my foot up this dude's ass.
Okay. So again, if everybody has not played Genshin Impact, and we'll try it for those who probably never will, because not everybody here is a video gamer. Not everybody here plays video games. But the storyline literally took me 9 hours, give or take all the disconnection I was having during that stream. But in total, 9 hours to complete. I think that's a lot of content. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm actually, we're gonna go to the store after podcast for a few minutes, and then I'm actually gonna fire that up tonight. The section where you pick up from where they meet and put the plans in place and
Mhm.
to the end. I plan to try to do that tonight.
Okay, so but yeah, it took me 9 hours. That's a lot of content. Yeah,
It's a lot of
it's not like continuous content. You can't do it over and over and over and over again. Because if you could, I would, just because it was a fun ride. Kind of sometimes I wish they would let you do it, even if you did get a reward. Just let you play out a scenario again. Like, hey, I want to play out the scenario again. Let's try it again. I want to just go at it again because I thought it was fun. I like the little because I don't know if you watched the stream. I like the domain you go into to fight the god. I thought it was cool. I thought it looked cool. I want more of that, but in a raid. I'm just saying. A raid would be
I,
nice.
I'm looking forward to the event that opens, but I can't start the event until I do the first section of the storyline.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm looking forward to that. I mean, we're gonna chain mushrooms like Pokemon, baby. We're gonna battle.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a free character while doing it.
Yeah,
I think they should do more of that. I don't know about you. I know that's probably a big ask. Two things. I would like to be able to farm weapons. Domains are nice, but I like to be able to farm some weapons so I can actually level some of them. But I know they want to get those from the gotcha system, and also I like events where you get free characters. It's not the top tier character. It's not the character that everybody wants. I just like it when they go, hey, here you go.
like where they gave us Kale on that event,
Yeah,
or like where they're doing with Dory this time. Like I have Dory, but this will give me a C1 of Dory
yeah.
without having to do a shitload of work for wishes. I'm down with that. I enjoy that too. They did another character like that too.
Uh,
Who the fuck is
the
that?
cook
Oh,
girl, but that was a long time ago.
yeah, but they did one in Inazuma. They did. There was a character in Inazuma. I don't remember who it was though.
Me neither.
But
Uh,
they've done one in each area.
yeah.
But
This
they've
is
done more than one in Sumeru.
Yeah, this is two. And
Yeah.
this is
So
what I call good faith kind of things. Like this is a way to keep your audiences and your players and your everybody still around because you do good faith things, even though it hurts your bottom dollar. It just keeps people interested. It's like going to a movie theater and the theater giving you free popcorn. Like, yeah, it costs him money, but it's just one of those things. He's just like, hey, I want you to come back. Here's free popcorn with your movie. Yeah, you're already paying for the popcorn, and you're already paying for the movie. Or not popcorn. You're already paying for the movie and being here, but we're gonna give you free popcorn on the house, and you'll get one, let's say, every 4 or 5 months. I appreciate it, guys, things like that.
It's good stuff. So question: have you even tried to train any fungus yet?
No, I was gonna do that on. I just don't know if I'm playing it today or not. I need to do some more hours on the stream. Um, but I'm interested, and I'm same time I kind of don't want this. If it's fun, I don't want them to do this as a short time event. I want this to stay in game, like fishing. I kind of do because if this is fun, I want something to do on my free time outside of just fishing or running around the map trying to find something.
Right, I got
Um,
that.
and I understand short events, right? They're easy, keep people engaged, or they're easy metric system where you can see engagement. Some people like they've already did the story, they've already did the entire map, and they don't feel like farming on the domains for hours on end. What else can they do? What they log off? Well, mini games. Mini games keeping people playing the game, which I'm fine with. But I wouldn't mind a mini game to continue ongoing.
See, and like me, I've basically created my own thing to do when I'm out of stuff to do. So like I try to keep up with what's coming, what characters are coming on the next banner.
Mm.
And as soon as I find out what materials they need, I start farming that shit.
Okay, get this. Now, I'm not gonna call out their specific name just in case they're watching this podcast, because somehow every time we bring up a certain topic, they figure out about and hear about that topic too and bring it about in their channel. But I'm not saying they're watching my shit. I'm just saying coincidence might be a thing. But
Yeah.
there's a certain other person, let's say a big name on YouTube, that literally has one of his mods farm his materials on his account for him. So when a character comes out, he can use all that material for that new character every single time they come out. And you've been doing it for a while, except for this past character or so. Um, you what do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's a little cheap? That you're so not willing to play this game only when a new character comes out.
I kind of look at it like this. Depends on the circumstances.
Hmm.
Okay. If he's somebody that's at home and has the ability and time to do it himself, then yeah, I think that's a little bit of a cop out. However, if it's somebody that's working, 8, 10, 12-hour days, they're not at home, but they have someone that's
Mm,
capable of doing the materials for them and keeping them relevant, then I don't think it's a cop out. I think it's a wise use of resources
mm,
to keep yourself relevant in the game. But like I said, that depends on the situation. Like, for example, if you live next door to me, loving one was working and you were dog ass sick, I would happily jump on your account,
mm,
do your commissions so that you would get your shit done and farm whatever you needed farmed. Because to me, that's not your fault you're sick, okay?
mm.
And I'm trying to help a friend. But at the same time, I'm not going to hop on your account and do all that shit for you if you're sitting at your house watching Thor on your fucking TV because you don't feel like playing the game. That's a that's a different, it's two different scenarios.
Yeah, there's a lot of content creators that literally, like, they say they love the game, or they enjoy the game, or they despise the game, whatever they may be saying. That literally have like Tim Tap Man. I'm not hating on the guy, right? He's a father, right? He's a father. He's a husband. He has a bunch of responsibilities to deal with it all the time. But he has his only mod whip farm skins for guns in the game, right? Or unlock certain perks and weaponry in the game for him. So when he goes live in content, he can actually show off the things. And he always says, hashtag time in, right? And everybody knows it's a joke. Everybody knows that the mod does it for him. But some of the people, like, literally, like, their content is bashing on the game, hating on the game, talking about how bad the game is, showing other videos about other people talking about the game, and what time they're actually on the game playing it is to show off a new skin or a new character, and then power level them all the way up to max because they had their mod go farm all the materials they needed for that character. And I'm like, you're literally your whole brand that a lot of people know about you nowadays and your channel, and it seems a little bit of like a cheap, like just you're just either going off of I don't know, it's just drama, or you have a lot of passion about the game and you want to see it succeed. I can understand that, but at least play the game. Like if you're gonna bash on it, play the game. Play the game on stream. You can still talk while playing the game. I do it all the time. I'm quite proficient at it, you might say. I can talk out of my ass for hours, but I can still play the game while I'm doing it.
I've seen it in person.
Yeah, so it's something you should be good at. But then
Yeah,
again, they're
I'm,
popular for a reason, right? I'm not.
yeah, I just I think that people get hung up on one viewpoint on any given situation a lot
Mm,
of times, and they don't think about, okay, it might be shitty that this person's doing it. So now they get hung up and say everybody is doing it shitty, but what, you don't know the scenario for everybody.
mhm,
Like for me, for example, I'm not here all day. I
mhm.
have a IRL job that I go to and spend time at, and sometimes I'm later coming home than normal. You know, for me to stay relevant in the game, sometimes it may require my lovely wife to give me a helping hand.
Yeah,
To me, that is acceptable. But if I'm sitting in this chair every day and have the time and ability to do it myself, yet I still get her to do it, to me that is not acceptable.
yeah. You are the content. You make the content. Then I'm gonna let
Right.
someone else do the content for me. It's not like an editor. Well, then people say, well, you didn't really edit the video, so you're not really making the content. I'm making the content. The editors just shorten it for me because I am too busy trying to make content. I've always said if I had an editor, I can make content way more frequently. Like I have like so many backlogs of videos I could make right now, but because I had to do all myself, I am so far behind on it. But at the same time, my job is to be an entertainer. I had to at least do the content.
Well, it's like with that resin print that I did of I think it was Lisa being
Mm,
printed. Okay. I did it live on stream. The VOD is there for them to see, but I am currently working on a time lapsed version of that video to post to YouTube.
that's gonna be really
I
cool.
don't
Not
have
gonna lie.
somebody else. I don't have anybody else doing that shit.
I
Right now, I have it hauls ass doing this thing. I
mhm.
mean, I took a 10-hour video and turned it into a 7-minute video.
That's to be cool. If you ever could figure out a way though, I've said it before, if you ever figure out a way to literally have it where it takes like a picture of every single time it gets to a certain point and takes
Well,
a photo picture
you
of it and do it
you
again.
you can do that, but here's the trick, and here's the problem with a resin printer doing it.
Mhm.
The first few layers are differently timed than every layer that comes after.
Oh yeah, true.
So if you know the time interval, you can set a piece of software on your camera to take an image every so often. So
Mhm.
you could literally time it where it's every time it comes up, it's an image. Every time it comes up, it's an image, and then lay that in there, and it'll just look like it goes
Yeah, that's
right out.
mhm.
But the problem is that those first few layers for like your raft or whatever you have for your adhesion to your bed, they are cured longer
Yeah.
than the others so that they make sure that they stick. So most programs do not have the ability to set, okay, for the first 6 photos, take them at this interval, and then every photo after, take them at this interval. They don't have that.
Yeah, the first few
That's
layers you
why,
would probably have to skip over.
that's why most people will let it get through the first few layers and then they'll turn it on and let it and then it's good to go. I have not spent the time with it to do that, but what I have done is I've got it fast enough that the action going up and down
Mhm.
is fast enough that you're going from 10 hours to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Cuz like it's cool to see the bed go up and down, but when it just looks like it's just staying still and it's just like not like reverse melting and just coming out of the resin. It's so satisfying. I don't know. I've watched like several videos just watching the print be done and going, that just looks cool. It's so
So
framed nicely. It's so
yeah,
clean.
you just have to get the frame rate right,
Mhm.
and at some point I will mess around with that and get it to where there's a piece of software that'll do that. But the thing is being able to do that and live stream it at the same time is not a possible thing.
Which,
'Cause
for those who not know, your YouTube channel is, I know you're
print Ninja,
Print
print.
Ninja. So if everybody wants to go subscribe to him, Print Ninja, go hit him up. Uh, let's see.
I did something kind of cool yesterday. In case nobody noticed, I was doing my Final Fantasy VIII stream, but in the upper my left, your right, there was a live stream of a piece printing at the same time.
Yep, and I fucking missed it. I gotta watch that VOD. Damn it!
It wasn't but an hour and a half.
No wonder I missed it.
I did a short stream because yesterday was I got home and wasn't allowed to leave the house. I was so pissed off because the world wasn't ready for me. So I literally streamed for an hour and a half. I was not my normal cheerful self.
Yeah,
I will say that.
walked in the door going, "Lock me up." What do you mean? You better lock me up.
No, I walked in the door. My wife looked at me and said, "You're not going back outside." Pretty much. So, but yeah, I did the trick that you and Stealthy was working with.
Uh-huh.
So I got the live stream up down there, got my
Mm.
stream going up down here, and then I
Oh.
invited that one in and throwed it up there in the corner.
Uh-huh.
So I was playing FF8 while the Idea print was running for FF8.
Also, I figured out how to do the OBS virtual camera.
Yeah, you told me about the other day. What we gotta figure out now is how to get to run smoothly while we're playing video games.
Yep. We're probably going to do a little testing with that tonight when we get back from the store.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, that'll be it for this week. Thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a good time. AJ, thank you for being in the chat. That was great to see you in there. Hope you're doing great. Thank you for the subscribers the other day. That's a big help, dude. Thank you as always. Corvo, when would you be live again, even if it's on your printing channel?
I will actually probably be live later tonight if we're testing what we're planning to test. If I can manage to get my ass out this new chair, because it is comfy as hell. I got to run to the store and pick up a couple of things, and then we'll come back. And I don't have work tomorrow, so the plan is to test it with a kitchen stream between the two of us. We're thinking invite me to her and her invite her to me. So that you can see both of us on both streams, whichever viewpoint you want to see us from, and see how that works out.
Okay. Just out of thought, maybe like a camera one side, split of her screen or her stream, camera another side, split of your screen, straight down the middle so you can see both viewpoints. But then, like, who do you watch? Do you go to
Right.
Stealthy channels and watch hers split screen,
That's
or?
why, right. That's why we're thinking like on my stream,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have her up in the upper, your right, my left.
Mm-hmm.
And on my stream, I'll be in the upper, on her stream, I'll be in the upper wherever she puts me over there. So we're both streaming and we're in a party together. You can choose which Twitch channel to see from which viewpoint.
Yeah, I kind
But
of.
at all times you can see and hear both streamers from either channel.
I really think, and I doubt Twitch is ever gonna listen to what I say or watching these VODs, but let's just say they did or they do someday. Hey, Twitch, I like it. What's the name of it again? Star invite or star?
Yes, star invite.
Guest star invites. Make it where if you join someone else's thing and you're live, a viewership counts for both streams. I really don't think that's fair if you make people have to choose which stream they're in order to get interaction with the viewership. If they're both collabing with each other, they should both get viewership counting. And if anything,
I mean, we don't know that that won't happen eventually. I
mhm,
mean, remember this is a beta. They're working on things. They're working things out. So I have hope that this will progress in a way that helps us all.
mhm. Multi-stream is pretty much what I'm asking for, but only difference is if you watch one and there's 3 other people on it and all of them are streaming at the same time, all of them are counted. None of this. They have to be in your channel. They have to be typing in your channel every 5 minutes, and they have to be, audio has to be on and the tab and blah. I'm like, no, 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 no. We're collabing with each other. That's what you want. Let us do it. But anyways, I will be streaming myself later on, about an hour or two from now. I will be probably playing some shooting games, probably some Paladins and some Overwatch. Gundam Evolution right now is down right now because I think they're trying to get it ready for console games. So if you like Gundam Evolution, go try that. I think it's a great game, wonderful game. And then later on the evening, I'll jump into Genshin Impact because I gotta stream more of it because I still got stuff to do. Because I think right now there's still a lot of stuff to do in the game. Who would have thought? And I will see you all then. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, and as always, have a good life.